Good morning. I don't feel like I need to say anything now. Wow. It was great, but y'all know me. I've always got something to say. I can't believe some days I get up in the morning on Sunday and think, oh my God, what am I going to say today? And then the service is an hour and a half. So, yeah, thank you for being here this morning. What a lovely morning. What a lovely group. Y'all know how special you are, right? Okay. I mean, everybody is special in their own unique and individual way, but we really have something good going on. Can you feel it? Yeah. And it's like it's not just for us. We're not meant to like keep this, like to hold on to it, because then you lose it, right? You got to keep that hand open. When you're doing this and trying to hold on to something, there's no room to get anything. So it's we call it the law of circulation. You just give out and you get back and you give out and you get back. You know, I've heard people say you can't outgive God. So just try it sometime and see. Yeah, how much love can I give today? How much peace can I give? How much peace can I put out in the world? And then you really know your freedom. Your true freedom. Because if we base our freedom on what somebody said or what somebody did or what's going on out there or them, that, and the other, we're always going to be upset. We're always going to feel constricted. And I know this is true for me. It's a spiritual law. So we open, we let ourselves be what we're here to be. I love the idea of being my free, authentic self. You know, just being authentically not even who I am, but what I am. Like moving beyond the personality, the truth of my being. You know, Jesus said, you'll know the truth, and the truth will set you free. But a lot of times we don't talk about what he said right before that. You know, we called Jesus our way shower, right? He said, this is the way, do it this way. I never heard that before I came into Unity. Our way shower, yeah, he's not your savior, Dale. He's your way shower. Think about that a little bit. So in the book of John, he says to the Jews who had believed in him. So he's not talking to just his disciples here. He's talking to a whole crowd of people. Remember, Jesus was Jewish. Everybody called him rabbi, which means teacher, right? Jesus never said, there is no place written down where he said, fall down and worship me. I want you to praise me. When people tried to do that, he said, get up. What are you doing? Get up. Take up your mat and walk. Go forth and sin no more. Get up off of it. Come on. He said to those who have believed in him, if you continue in my word, you are truly my disciples. Remember, we've been talking about the word disciple. This is where we get the word discipline. I don't really like the word discipline that much. I like dedicated, committed, hardworking, devoted. That works better for me, a devotee, you know. I am devoted to my spiritual path. I am devoted to God. I am devoted to my spiritual community. I am devoted to my husband, which means that I love you all, and I'm also committed to you. I'm dedicated. I'm here to do something and not just be. I'm here to give and to receive. He said, if you continue in my word, then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. And he said, the people said to him, we are descendants of Abraham. We've never been in bondage to anybody. What do you mean we're going to be free? We're already free. And he said, very truly, I tell you, anyone that commits a sin is in bondage to sin. And remember, when we talk about sin in Unity, it stands for self-imposed nonsense. It's something that you're doing to yourself. It's a way of thinking about yourself and what you are and who you are and your place in the world that is not in alignment with the truth of your being. Sin is a ancient Greek archery term that means missing the mark. I shot at the target, but I missed it. It doesn't mean that you're broken. It doesn't mean that you're somehow unworthy. It means that you're okay, just like you are, and you messed up. So, so the truth will set you free from messing up, from holding these thoughts about yourself and other people in the world that aren't true. And so what is truth? So in unity, when we talk about truth, what we mean is that you are everything that God is. Tell somebody, you are everything that God is. I am all that God is. Let's claim that. I am all that God is. Okay, so that doesn't mean that I think that I'm like, I am the God Emperor of the universe, and you must do what I say. That's psychotic. That's what kings who marry their cousins say. Remember, when you read the King James Version of the Bible, remember that it was published by a person that thought they were God because somebody told them that since they were a little kid. You have a divine right to like rampage over everyone else. And anyways, so when I'm talking about I am God, I am all that God is, I don't think I am the source of everything. So think about this. The sun shines its light on everyone equally, and sometimes if there's a cloud in front of it, have you ever seen the beautiful rays that come out? So each one of us is a ray of the light of the world, and so we're the same light that the sun is. We're just in ray form. We are a form of the one invisible substance, the one light. Yes? So I am everything that God is. So if God is light, I am light. I'm not all the light there is, but everything that makes up light makes up me. Does that make sense? Yeah. So when we talk about Jesus saying, if you continue in my word, let's look at what our co-founder Charles Fillmore said about the word. Because a lot of times when people in churches talk about the word, they're talking about Jesus. I'm not talking about Jesus being the word. This book, everyone should have a copy of this book. If you're a New Thought student, it's called The Revealing Word. We have these in the bookstore, which will be open, hopefully, the 1st of December. That's what we're shooting for, right, Nancy? Yes. Everybody say, thanks, Nancy. Thanks, Marcia. Thanks, Ruth. Who am I leaving out? Thanks, Bonnie. Yeah. And Terry. Thank you, Terry. She had hip surgery. She's watching us at home. Those are the bookstore ladies. And if you want to get in on some bookstore action, see one of them. So I got too much going on here this morning. So Charles Fillmore says this about the word. It is the sum total of God's creative power. It is the thought of God. It's the thought of God or the sum total of God's creative power. It's creative energy. So in the beginning was the Word, and nothing was created without the Word. In the beginning, the Word was with God, and the Word was God. That's from the book of John, right? So think about it this way. In the beginning was the creative energy, and everything that was made through God's creative energy. Nothing was made without this thought of God. So if we think of God as a divine mind and everything is a thought held in God's mind, we are thoughts held in mind, and whatever we hold in mind produces after its kind because we're creators, not co-creators. We're creators. If we say that's a buzzword, right? Has anybody heard this word or used, co-creator? Okay, so what does that mean if I'm co-creating? I'm doing something with somebody else, right? But if I'm one with the one, I am all that God is, I'm an array of the Son, then I am a creator, just as God is creator. And because I'm made in the image and likeness of God, and God creates with a thought, this creative energy, then I'm creating my world with my thoughts, yes, with my creative energy. The Word of God is immanent in all people, in all the universe. So we know the difference between immanence and transcendence, right? Immanence means, like the word Emmanuel that we use for Jesus, means God is with us. So immanence, Emmanuel, God is right here, right now. God is in this room. God is within each one of us. God is expressing as us. Transcendent means above and beyond this realm that we're living in. So, when you transcend something, you kind of overcome something or you rise up, right? So when we talk about transcendence, we're talking about a higher consciousness. And immanence is right here, right now. The Word of God is immanent in all of us and in the universe. And our spirit has within it the concentration of all that is contained within the Word. Our spirit has within it the concentration of all that is contained within the Word. So we are the Word made flesh. I don't know, did your mom ever go to the grocery store and buy these cans of concentrated juice? Like orange juice or grape juice, right? So think about this. That's what we are. We're the concentrated, because there's the potential in that can to make a glass of juice. There's the potential in that can to make a pitcher of juice. There's the potential in that can to make a jug of juice. But it's up to the person making it on how much they want to make, right? So you are the concentration of the Word. And you get to decide how much of that concentration you're going to make. Is your life juicy enough for you? Because if it ain't, then start working on it. Let go, open up. This is how we become free. This is what Jesus is talking about. This is the truth that will set you free right here. I've got this wonderful quote from, let's switch gears. Let's go to Buddhism for a minute. This is from, and I'm going to mangle this name, Nyosho Ken Rinpoche. Has anybody heard of him? Okay, how many knows what a Rinpoche is in Buddhism? Anybody? It's like a holy man, a teacher, a sage. So this guy wrote this quote, and it's from the book Losing the Clouds, Gaining the Sky. Remember our little Julian wrote the book, You Are the Sky? Little Buddhist Julian, right? Some of y'all that don't know, one of our kids wrote a book called You Are the Sky. You're not the clouds. 9 years old. You're not the cloud. Clouds come and go. You're the sky, right? So this Buddhist Rinpoche wrote this book, Losing the Clouds, Gaining the Sky, Buddhism in the Natural Mind. And I just, there's so much in this few little lines. He says, rest in natural peace. Rest in natural great peace. I'm going to stand somewhere where this doesn't cut out. Rest in natural great peace. There's a lot right there. It's natural. Peace is your nature. And you have the ability to rest in your nature. It's kind of schizophrenic when you think about it, because we have a personality and then we have an individuality. Our personality is what we think we are, and our individuality is what we really are, right? So rest in great natural peace. Rest, allow yourself, allow your mind, allow your heart to rest in the truth of your being. This will set you free. He goes on to say, this exhausted mind has been beaten helpless by karma and neurotic thought. I didn't say erotic thought, neurotic thought. Like the relentless fury of the pounding waves in the infinite ocean of samsara. Let me say, get this image in your mind. Beaten helpless by the karma and neurotic thought, like the relentless fury of the pounding waves in the infinite ocean of samsara. How many knows what samsara means? There's a lot in that word to unpack. One of the definitions is suffering. Samsara, some people talk about it. It's the cycle of death and rebirth. And, you know, what I was reading about this week was that's more of a Hindu idea. It's like, okay, if I'm a good person, you know, in this life, then I'm going to die and I'm going to come back a little bit higher up the next time. Or if I've been a bad person, when I die, I'm going to get reincarnated as a snail. I don't know, right? But think about it this way. Think about it more metaphysically, which is what we do here, right? We practice metaphysics, we study metaphysics, and that doesn't mean just kind of any woo-woo thing that happens to come across the internet. What it means is, what does it mean? Meta means beyond, behind the physical. So we're talking about spiritual laws that are underneath this reality that we think is real, that we're creating our experience of with our own thoughts and feelings, right? So when we look at the idea of samsara, escaping the cycle of death and rebirth metaphysically, we can think about something that happens all the time. Like, who was it? The Apostle Paul said we die daily. Was that him? So think about it. Every day is like a little rebirth and death. You wake up in the morning, you're reborn. You create your day, your life, and then at the end of the day, you kind of die a little bit when you go to sleep, and then you wake up the next day and do it all again. So it's this cycle that we get caught up in of like creating these worlds. The Buddhists say there's 6 different realms that stand for different states of consciousness that we can experience every day or throughout the day, right? So what kind of world are you creating? Are you trapped in suffering? Because the suffering is something that we create with our own thoughts. It's that relentless fury of the pounding waves, the neurotic thoughts. I mean, just think about yourself as like this rock that's just been beaten by the waves of like, oh, I got to do this. I don't have enough money and I'm running out of time and nobody likes me and I'm never going to amount to anything. Bam, 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 bam. So we can be free from that. We don't have to stay in this endless cycle of suffering. We can escape it when we move into the realization of our true nature, what we really are. The truth will set you free. And so at the end of Charles's thing about the word, give me just a minute. I lost my place. He says, when spiritual words abide in man's consciousness or our consciousness, the word or thought formed in intellectual and sense mind must give way to the higher principles of being. So he's like, when we hang on to our positive thoughts, our positive affirmations that we're holding with our intellectual or our sense mind, another way of thinking about our personality or the voice in our head that likes to talk to us and tell us things that aren't true, right, must give way to higher states of being if we hold these thoughts in mind. Now, your mind is not your enemy. It's trying to protect you. This is like fight or flight stuff. It's helped us to survive. But we have to train it. We have to tell it what to do. So in the story of right before Jesus is to be crucified in the Bible, he's talking to Peter, and Peter says, I love you, I'm with you, I got your back, I don't care what happens, I'm beside of you, right? And Jesus said, Peter, you're going to deny me 3 times tonight before the cock crows. And sure enough, Peter realizes, oh my God, what have I done? Roman soldiers are coming up and saying, I know you, you're one of that group of crazy people, and I don't know Jesus. What do you mean? No, I've never met him. So Peter in this story can represent your intellectual mind, your sense consciousness. It will run wild and deny the truth of your being if you don't train it. Its very nature is to be like, no, I don't know who I really am. I'm just a worthless, slug, blah, 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 right? So we have to train it with our affirmations, with our thoughts. Our brain is going to think. We can slow it down. We can have times when there is no thought, and we have a brain, and we're meant to use it, so let's train it to work the way we want it to work. Because Mr. Fillmore says, at the end of his little thing about the word, affirmations of words or of truth realized in consciousness bring the mind into just the right attitude to receive light, power, and guidance from Spirit. So we do our affirmations, we charge them with our feelings, we do our forgiveness work, we open our mind, we open our heart, and we keep on no matter what Peter says. No, Peter. Thank you. Not today, Peter. It's like I've heard some 12-step people say they have a committee in their head that meets and decides things that are not for their highest good and tells them things they don't like to hear. Well, you just say thanks for sharing. But this is the thought that we're going to hold right here, because I know the truth about myself. It's like we train our mind with our mind. We turn our mind back on itself, and we tell it, this is what I want you to think. And if it doesn't think that way, it doesn't mean we're failing. It means we just keep practicing. You just keep turning. You keep returning. I love this song, and I know some of y'all know this if you grew up in a Christian church. Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Yes? Look full in his wonderful face. And what's the rest of it? Somebody help me out. And then the things of this earth will seem strangely new in the light of his glory and grace. So you can substitute any word, person, attitude, deity that you want for Jesus. Okay, so we're not limiting you in your spirituality. We give positive, practical tools to help people in their spiritual walk. And you can think about it however you want. I love thinking about Jesus in the Bible in a different way, because I was beat over the head with it when I grew up. And when I came to Unity, they said, no, think about it this way. Change your thought. Change your mind about something, and then you'll change your life. So just turn your eyes on whatever it is that represents your highest good. Turn your eyes upon love and look full in the face of love. Like really be with it. Like really focus, concentrate. Be that concentration of the source, and see how much juice you can produce in your world. Focus on the power and the presence of God. Be in the world, but not of it. We have things to do, but we're not the things. We're not the doing. We're here to be what we're here to be. And the more that we keep our mind and our heart focused on these positive ideas, on the truth of our being, because we're working with spiritual law, the Lord, the great law of life that works the same for everybody, no matter what you think about yourself, the more that we work with that law and keep our minds trained on what it is that we want to experience, we can't help but experience higher states of being. And there's going to come a time where there's going to be, Jesus said, I come in the twinkling of an eye, in the blink of an eye. You're going to go one day, oh, okay, I'm not thinking that way anymore. What happened? I feel good right now. My life is starting to look up. You know, there was a time in my life where, let me just say, I bought a condo and I got one of those balloon mortgages. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? I didn't know that I was getting one of those. The lady that helped me buy the house said I didn't think there was a chance, and you know what, that you were going to get this loan for this condo. And I don't know if I was just so excited and carried away by the fact that I'm buying a condo and it's really nice and it's right in a part of town that I want, that I didn't read the little part that said in 2 years, your condo payment is going to double. So yeah, I'm just going along, living my best life, and then suddenly I get a bill in the mail, and it says instead of owing this much, you owe twice this much. And then I call people, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, why is my house payment more than it was? It's double. I can't pay this. And they're like, well, sir, you signed this agreement. Did you not read that part? I'm like, well, I should have had my sister look at it before I signed it. Yeah, and so then I started kind of getting underwater, and I was feeling like I was drowning in debt, and I started thinking about money all the time. Remember, when we worry, we're praying for things that we don't want. So I was praying for a lot of constriction, and I would get calls from bill collectors, and they were not always very nice. Sometimes they would be like, you owe this money, and if you don't pay this, we're going to do this, we're going to get you. And it just got to where I felt like I was being pounded by the waves of the infinite ocean of samsara on a daily basis. And I just could not turn my mind upon the truth of my being, because Peter was just going to town up there, just talking. And every day I'm waking up creating hell on earth for myself, because it's the first thing I'm thinking about in the morning. How am I going to pay the light bill? How am I going to do this? And my son Jason was living with me, and he was 12. I'm like, So one day, bill collector calls me, and I'm just like, and I started thinking about, I'm just going to, I just started affirming the truth very loudly in an angry voice. I'm free. I am free of all this. Like I'm running around my house like a crazy person. I don't know if anyone else does this. I talk to God a lot in my kitchen, but I'm like, I'm free. I am free. And I just kept saying it and saying it and saying it. And then I started singing it. Well, I am free and I am whole. Well, I am free, 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 and I am whole. I am freedom and I am whole, Lord, because the Spirit and the law has set me free. Gonna tell everybody in my neighborhood, well, you are love, 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 and you are good. You are truth, you are beauty, you are perfect harmony. You are part of everybody here. We're one big family. I am freedom and I am whole. Well, I am free, 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 and I am whole. I am freedom and I am whole, oh Lord, because the Spirit and the law, I said the Spirit and the law, Well, the Spirit and the law has set me free. Well, I am free. Set me free, free, free. I am free. So I tell you the truth when I say I ran upstairs to my keyboard and I wrote that song in like 5 minutes. It just poured out of me. And then something shifted in me. And I started looking at things in a different way. And opportunities started appearing. And people started coming to me and talking to me about, well, have you considered this? Well, what about this? You have this option right here. And eventually everything worked out for my highest good. And I was able to relax a little bit. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Because whatever's happening in our life that we don't like, we're doing it to ourselves. All of the suffering in our life is caused not by what's happening, but by what we're thinking about what's happening. And we have the power to set ourselves free from the cycle of this endless death and rebirth into hell and death into, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm just a regular country hillbilly guy from a little bitty town in Tennessee. And if I can live my dream life by working spiritual principle, I wanted to say unity principle, but they're universal principles. We don't own these principles. We call it new thought. It's not new. These are ancient universal principles that work the same for everybody. And I am living proof if they can work for me, they can work for you. But it works if you work it. You have to work with it. You have to lean into it. You have to embrace, Brene Brown says, embrace the suck. Because sometimes life sucks, doesn't it? I'm just going to say that in church. Sometimes life sucks. Lean into it. Our whole suffering comes from moving towards what we think we want that's going to make us feel better and trying to push against and move away what we think we don't want. So we're in this ping pong of desire. But we can be free from desire. We can live in this middle place. The Buddhists call it the middle path. We can live in this place of space. And this is the truth that sets you free. This is the Word. You are the Word made flesh. You are everything that God is. You are the concentrate of God. You are the juice. They call OJ the juice. Y'all are all the juice. Right? So let's take that into prayer. Just breathe that in and just sit with whatever's coming up for you right now. Like, be with it. What a gift that we get to be together and to laugh and to celebrate and to learn to work with the Lord, the great law of life that works the same for everybody, that's working for all of us right now. And so we set our intention right here, right now, from this day forward until the end of time, to create a life that works for us and for all those around us, for all those that are dear to us. We set our intention to be what we're here to be, to focus on that which we wish to experience. We are available, all of us right here, right now, for more good than ever before. And we experience a greater degree of freedom than ever before, right here, right now. And as we go forward from this place today, we do so renewed, refreshed, revitalized, reborn into a higher state of consciousness. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen. Well, I'm free to do what I want any old time. I'm free to do what I want any old time. Let me say it again. I'm free to do what I want any old time. I'm free to do what I want any old time. So here's what I'm gonna do. Well, I love me, love you. I'm gonna love me, love you. Well, I'm free to do what I want any old time. I'm free to sing my song, though it slips out of time. And I might sing a little bit off key every now and then, and I don't care. Well, I'm free to do what I want any old time. Come on, boys. So I love me and love you. I love me, I love you. Say it again. Love me, love you. Well, I love me, love you. Come on, come on. Sing my song, though it slips out of time. Well, I'm free to do what I want any old time. One more time. Well, I love me, love you, love me, love you, love me, love you. Love me, love you. Thank you very much.